This is Shop Talk. My name is Jay.
I'm Jess.
And with us today,
Joe from Gazelle Sports.
Gazelle Sports. It's like we were talking about it before we started. It's like you say the name Gazelle Sports, everybody seems to know it. It's like if there's an anchor store on the Kalamazoo Mall, it's like it's Gazelle Sports.
Yeah.
We are very super fortunate. This community's been so good to us over all these years. We try to live and breathe in Kalamazoo, Portage area, and really the whole surrounding area, and everybody treats us really well.
I mean, for the whole West Michigan,
I know.
I would say, right? Like West Michigan, that's, and beyond, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But like for our area, they're the place to go.
There really is.
Yeah.
So how long has it been, Joe?
Since 1985.
Okay.
Yeah. Chris Kroll and Bruce Johnson got together in 1985. They'd been working at another running store, and this store was getting ready to close, and they really wanted to continue servicing our area. Their belief in movement and how it can change a person's life and how it can change a community was something so vastly important to them that even on the very first day we opened, Chris actually sponsored a race. So Gazelle Sports sponsored a race. He wasn't even in the store the day we opened, and Bruce had to handle it and move on from there.
Oh, wow.
Crazy?
That is crazy.
That's awesome. What a testament to what they do and what they started.
I'm trying to think of how many stores launched in the same location and have been there in the same location on that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if I can speak to that,
Yeah.
There's been different iterations.
Sure.
So we started off in that small corner of, if you look at our store, it'd be to the right.
Okay.
And we were very small then.
Okay.
And then we've grown from there. We had to move across the street while we rebuilt the building. There was a whole travesty that happened there when the building fell and had to be rebuilt again.
Okay.
And then we moved back in. So we haven't been there the full 35 years. Oh, wait, no, we're at 40 years now almost. Holy smokes, 40 years next year. But we live there now, and it's fantastic.
So in the end, it's like, you're always fascinated by how businesses are and where they started. It's like you started small. You said you started small. It's like you would never, if somebody wandered by now, they would think you guys, have been incredibly successful from day one. And it's like, most people don't understand. It's like business is like, hey, let's throw this against the wall, see if this works, and see this against the wall and see if this works.
So yeah, when they started, what were the things that they carried? Was it just one specific thing, or like tell me how that's grown?
So it wasn't one specific thing, but let's go back to 1985 and what specialty running looked like back then. I mean, there weren't the brands that were out there now. There weren't the amount of shoes that were out there.
Oh my
now.
gosh! No.
I mean, you think of watch Forrest Gump and look what he was running in. I mean, that's what the shoes were. So we were very small. We actually survived week by week just to pull this all together. But what's really fantastic about who we are is we've had these relationships with companies. It was Adidas, it was Nike, it was things like that opened us up, and we've grown from there to these fantastic relationships with Brooks, still with Nike and Adidas, Hoka, and Asics, everything that you can imagine under the sun that is in running, we're able to carry.
I mean, 85 people weren't doing marathons. People were barely jogging. If memory serves me right, it's like that was kind of somewhat of the jog, and that was about as far as it got. Am I thinking of it wrong or not, Joe?
No, you're not at all. Actually, running back then was something people did as a sport. Like if you were running, you were generally racing. Marathons were meant to be run fast. They weren't a bucket list type thing or just a really big community builder that they become today, where you can get out and just have this incredible experience with everybody around you and suffer and enjoy a day, which it is. It's suffering no matter who you are. If you're running a 2:40 marathon or you're running a 6-hour marathon, you're all out there suffering in some way. And it really builds a fantastic bit of joy in a community.
Sure.
It's a lot of fun.
But it's, again, that whole idea of running, then you guys kind of grew with it. I don't want to say grew up in it, but it's like it's almost grown with it. You've been able to take that and just go with it.
We really have. So again, to speak to this community and to great leadership. Like, give it to Chris Kroll and Bruce Johnson to have the vision to believe in something so greatly that they put all of themselves into it. And then, 1985 was us, but then you're talking about early 90 moving to Grand Rapids and also then heading over to Holland, Michigan, and rolling the dice on all of Southwest Michigan over here to see if we can make this a healthier community all around.
Is that one of the goals? I mean, was that one of the things that were...
It's our belief. Movement is our mission. That was our old statement.
Sure.
Sorry, across the mitten. Yeah. That was kind of a fun one. But we truly believe that movement can change lives. That's how we were born. That's what we live today. That if we can get you, if it's getting up off the couch and making it to your mailbox for the first time, running your first 5K, walking, running, doing whatever you can, all the way up to maybe you're running a 240 miler someday. But we truly believe that movement can change your life.
Did he say 240 miler?
I don't know what that meant.
No, that went way over my head.
No, that gave me shivers, though. It really did. That gave me shivers because think about how that's not just going to, like, just all the ways that is going to change someone.
Oh my gosh,
right?
yes.
Physically, mentally, like emotionally, all of those things. And then bringing in the aspect of community with that. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. So it's not just a shoe store, right? It's not just a place to come shopping. Like, this is bigger than that. And I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we spend a lot of time in our community. We don't really shout it out, which is kind of a funny thing. Most companies that do what we would do pretty much paint it on their walls. We work heavily in the community with, like KAR. We love our Kalamazoo area runners, but also RTT Run This Town, a fantastic group that we work with. Very fortunate to work with the Charlie Parker Foundation and create a track day for young people in August that may not have the opportunity to, or even know that something like that exists. We give away around 1,200 pairs of shoes on that day.
Well, again, the first time I remember, you guys being a part of my life was Girls on the Run. Yeah. So I got 5 girls. It's like 4 of the 5 made it through. It's like, okay, there was the first, I guess I see this. There's something else here.
Yeah, we did spend a lot of years with a great relationship with Girls on the Run, and that's a phenomenal thing. Girls on the Run, getting those young ladies out and moving.
And a lot of them wouldn't. I mean, you can tell. It's like, okay, it's their first try, and it's like, oh my goodness, this is awesome.
If you've ever stood on that road and watched those young ladies run or been there back, I think they used to be able to finish in the stadium. Yep. I don't think they can do that anymore, but back when I was able to watch that and you just see the joy on their faces, they just traveled over 3 miles. Mm-hmm. I never did that. I never did that in 5th grade, 3rd grade. No way. I would have never thought that was possible.
I ran
so
that
incredible.
With my daughter.
I did too with my daughter.
And it was a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yep.
And the joy on their faces from some of these girls who would never have the opportunity, who didn't think they could do it for whatever reason that was out there. They didn't think they could do it. And then to have that accomplishment. I mean, there were girls crying and laughing and jumping. I love that.
As a sidebar, did your daughter ask you, do you have to run with me or can I run ahead? Because I had I'm going to run ahead. Is that okay, Dad?
She did both.
Okay. I'm not going to run. You can go ahead, Dad, but I'm not going to run with you. Okay. I made it. I was happy. She made it much quicker than I did. So those are the kinds of things, though, that are the so many touch points in our community with you guys.
Things like 1-1 Run that's coming up again. Yeah. That's been around forever. Yep. We're really excited to get back to uplifting that to what it was pre-COVID. COVID took away a lot of our races and such like that. And so we're coming back strong this year with 1-1 Run. So I hope everybody's excited for January 1st. But then, the Kalamazoo Marathon.
Right.
That's just a fantastic thing. And it is now time to start thinking about training for it for people too. So, December's the moment we start uplifting the outrun. And I'm just so excited that we were able to bring back the marathon, half marathon, 5K, 10K, and get this community moving together again. And by us, I mean Chris Kroll and the lovely people that he works with to create it. We don't own the
Sure.
marathon as Gazelle Sports. We're just heavily supporting
Well, I
it.
said, and that evolved from Borges Run for the Health of it. I mean, it's like, okay, so it's like all this stuff has evolved in a way that's just really, really amazing. It's fun to watch and to see where it came from, if you've been here long enough, and where it actually can go. It's just, it really is kind of astounding.
Yeah. We're very fortunate there. You know, we've lived in this world so long. We're actually a top 50 running store in the United States. A lot of people don't know that.
No.
Year after year, you have to be voted in, and then it's what you do in the community. It's actually product based, it's looks based, it's people that actually work there, and then work in the community and everything else. And yeah, we've lived in the top 50 for most of the last 20 years. So it's a really big honor
That is
for
amazing.
us to be able to post that out there.
It's not like you guys kind of toot your own horn that way, but if there's a list of those kinds of kudos that if you were the type that would shout from the mountaintops, you'd be shouting from the mountaintops.
You know, that is very true. Sometimes I want to shout it from the mountaintops, but it is not who we are. We genuinely want people to walk in no matter what, feel comfortable. I mean, that's a hard thing when you're walking into a running store. Yeah. I remember my first time walking in, I was scared to death. Here's these people that you have this preconceived notion of what you're going to see. Everybody in there's a runner. Everybody in there's super fit, or, you know, even judgy like that. And that's not who we are.
No.
That not in any way. That's not the people I would ever hire. We're all about care, you know, because we're all in this part of life at whatever part of the journey we're on. And we want to know it's a comfortable place to go, you know, that we're there for you. We're going to fit you for shoes. We're going to watch you walk. We're going to have you do a few little motions that allow us to see what your ankles and feet are doing. We're going to have a great discussion with you on what aches and pains you have, you know, like things that, you know, a computer or something can't tell you. That right. True conversation with you to find out so much that we can about you to get you into a better spot. Most people don't even know, and I wish they did. On every Tuesday, except for the 5th Tuesday of any month, we have 10 minutes free with a PT from 6 to 7 at night.
Really?
Yeah. We have PTs that literally come in and give their time. You know, you can come down, oh my gosh, you know, I got plantar fasciitis, or my knee hurts, or why is my hip doing this? Heck, something's wrong with my shoulder. You know, like you can get to come in, and these PTs are so incredible to give up their time to work in our community. It's just a fantastic thing.
I love that. There's just so much that people don't know. But you were talking about what it is when people walk in, right? You're going to see a very diverse group of people. You're going to see all kinds of people, right? But like, what else will you see for those that maybe have never been in, or maybe are thinking about starting that health journey,
or have that preconceived notion that they're going to get judged when they walk in?
Exactly.
Because I think
Yes.
that's one of the big ones. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm not a runner, and they're just going to look at me and go, oh goodness, no.
Right. Like, yeah. So what's that look like?
It's a great question. So when you walk in, you're going to see, fortunately, a very beautiful space. We are, you know, we're constantly trying to work on that. You're going to see people of all ages. Like my coworkers, my employees, you know, they range from 18 years old on up to 70. You know, we've had people that have worked with us for over 35 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, like the Cass Johnson, the brother of Bruce, is still on the floor. He'll probably be there today. It's fantastic, you know, and people like Mary Mack that have been there 37 years. You know, that speaks highly for anybody, especially in a retail space. But so you walk in, right? You're going to see 2, 3, 4 people working around. They're going to say hi to you. I hope they say hi to you. They should say hi to you. We genuinely want to know what brings you in that day. You know, you're going to then see product that most people can't carry. Lululemon, Viore, Brooks. We have a really cool running company that we work with that's called Pioneer. Is the first Black-owned running apparel company. And we're able to actually carry their product, and it is gorgeous. It's fantastic product. So, you know, we dive deep into finding people we can help uplift. You know, companies that may not, or they may. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't have, you know, like the opportunities, but, you know, they wanted to work with us, and that's where we're very fortunate.
Wow. I wanted to go backwards one quick second because you mentioned COVID, and it seems to be the constant topic of conversation. You guys, it had to be weird and affect in a strange way.
It was a beautiful moment. Not the COVID, but that was a wild time. We all get shut down. We had to let everybody go. There was a moment there that I had let my whole team go, and it was down to the manager, Forrest, of Gazelle Sports, Kalamazoo, and myself. We were bringing a truck run back from Grand Rapids with what little product we had. Our stores were closed, but we were very, very fortunate to have online, and we're like, maybe we can just keep online going and shipping things out. So we, unlike some other companies like us that don't have that ability, we at least have that. And, we got called up and pulled over and told that, unfortunately, everybody had to go. So, we didn't know if we'd make it. And then working behind the scenes, we came up with an incredible plan to do video chatting. Like, we can go in, we can do video, like make an appointment with us, do video. What can we do? We can watch you walk on a screen. Let's see how we can still serve this community when things are shut down, right? If it can only be one or two of us in the store, fantastic, but we're going to work our tushes off to serve the community, keep us open, and do what we can. And so less than 3 weeks after I was told, we don't know what's going on, I was back in there. Forrest and I were back in there just working hard. And then, then the moment came where we were able to hire 5 more people back and, set up the store with the 6 feet, the 6 foot rules, and do everything to keep the community as safe as we possibly could. And so, like, a terrible time in the world. But you really find out about what your company's willing to do to keep people safe, what your company's willing to do to move forward, and just how much you can get behind a community and community can get behind you.
Wow. I have chills. I'm just going to put that down.
Yes.
I have chills.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's great. Something that you talked about there, but also previously, was the service that you provide. Right? And when you were talking about going online, I love the way that you pivoted to, we're still going to provide that service, because downtown shops, our nemesis is Amazon, is all of these
big
online,
box,
the big box stores. And so, I could go online and I could order a pair of shoes that's maybe my size, but all the shoes run differently, and my feet, and blah, 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 right? But I'm just going to get them, I'm going to open them, and I'm going to put them on and hope for the best, right? Because that's just what you do when you order online. And you guys offer so much more than that.
You're right. This is where we're also very fortunate with the companies that we work with. So I talked about the apparel that you walk in and see, and, you're going to see a lot of other things. But let's talk about our wall of shoes. If you want to talk about one of the most overwhelming things for anybody who's new in this world of running, walking, movement of any kind, is to walk in and see 137 pairs of shoes on that wall and not understand anything about it, right? The other thing is that's really fortunate about us is we are truly specialty running, so we get to carry shoes that no other store in our area get to carry. There are certain types of racing shoes, and there are shoes that literally companies like New Balance, Brooks, and others build that they only sell to specialty running. So we have more options than the other stores around us, which, is a really cool thing. But because of our relationships, we have a 30-day return policy, and this isn't a 30-day take it home, try it on, keep it clean, bring it back. But no, our 30-day policy allows you to go out and try to run, see how they feel, really moving them. We believe so heavily in our fit process that we're going to get you in the right shoe. When you come in, you might think it's going to be a 10, 15-minute process. The first time you buy shoes, I've had people in there for a couple hours or more. We're trying on. We're trying to make sure that fit is exactly what you need, because we're going to believe that you're walking out with the thing that's going to work for you the best. So I always say, if you're coming in some comfy clothes, something you can run in, because we allow you to take them out and run up and down the mall, to really get a good feel for it. So that's one of the fun things about Kalamazoo is you come down, you're shopping around, and I always hear, why are there people running up and down the mall? What is going on here? But this is just a great thing that we're able to provide, so
this
a lot of fun.
Next level mom being like, walk down the aisle and come back,
No,
honey.
it's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, a pair of comfortable shoes is probably the most underrated thing in our world right now. It's like if you find one, it's like just keep rolling, because that just eliminates a whole hell of a lot of problems.
It really does. It's a little funny aside here. My father is one of the cheapest men you would have ever met. The man wouldn't even have bought furniture if he didn't need to, which he felt he didn't. But the one thing he always spent money on was shoes.
Huh?
That was it. I learned at a young age that is one of the most important aspects of your wardrobe. And you're on your feet a lot of the day, moving, and if it hurts, that ruins everything. So shoes are important.
They are. I learned things today.
I know, right?
Things I didn't know about a company that has been here since mid-'80s.
1985.
I mean,
1985.
that's
So-
crazy.
Yeah. So why still here? I know Gazelle has expanded, which that's
Multiple
fantastic.
places,
Multiple
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
places.
it's like,
man,
okay,
we're-
multiple stores.
But,
Yeah.
why still downtown Kalamazoo?
Kalamazoo's community is unlike any other, pretty much in the United States, if you ask me. So I grew up in Colorado, and I ended up here by accident in '98, the year they ripped up and made the mall.
Gotcha.
I fell in love with this community. This town is one. It's a true survivor town. I mean, look at our rich history from Gibson leaving us. But Gibson being born here.
Right.
Everything they did. We have Stryker. We have such a great community. The Kalamazoo Promise now. We have a whole downtown that is built on local owners. There's no big box store down there. There's nothing like that. Kalamazoo is truly just an experience of actually the community. And it's really important for us to stay a part of this community. It's been so good to us over these years. We're not going to leave. We have no plans to leave. Kalamazoo is just a very special place.
People don't realize it. I mean, again, and I've said this before, I think even on this podcast, it's like the people that lived here and grew up here, when you talk to them, and I'm a transplanter. Look, I moved here in '94. So it's like I saw this and went, oh, this doesn't happen in cities this size. This should not be. How this got to here from there from this, it's like shouldn't exist. Mm-hmm. But it does, and it's really, those who don't understand, it's like it's really special. It just truly is.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. I mean, we have heated sidewalks, so you can come down and try those shoes on any time of the year.
You can run.
And you can run. And that's what I mean. You can get out there and move.
Yeah.
No, but we are fortunate.
Yeah.
I don't even know really what else to say other than this community allows us to run in it. We have runs weekly. Every Tuesday night, we have our urban herd at 5:30. That's a run walk. I think that's the other thing that we get confused about is people really do think we are only running. We are, like I said, movement of any kind. So anything we do has any level, anything that you want, because we do out and backs to keep people safe, so that if you want to come out and run up to 6 miles with us, fantastic. If you want to go to the end of the block and back, we are happy for that. We are happy that you're going to come down and spend some time with us. So, this community has just so much to offer. We're just very fortunate to be a part of it.
That's awesome. Are there any other, you've touched on a few of them, but are there any other activities or things that you do that maybe people don't know about? I personally know about the recycling program because of my store, so I think that's fantastic. But I don't know if a lot of people do, or if there's any other things.
We have a box up front for recycling shoes. So we've worked with a company out of Florida for a lot of years, Sneaker Impact. And so that's a really fun thing. We also heavily recycle ourselves, just so you know.
Yay.
It's just that we are trying to do our best in the community to keep it a very healthy community. We just really try to be a part of anybody's movement journey. and we work with young athletes. So we do things like spike weekends, what we call spike weekends, or gear up weekends for all the schools in our area where we will do, we'll work with the students, bring in your team, things like that. So I love our work with young athletes. Again, fun runs like coming up in December here, like moving through the lights. Yep. Anything that we can do to be just a part of the community in that way is something that's always fun for us.
Joe, this has been really, really cool. So I'm glad you were able to come in.
Yeah.
Because I learned, like I said, I love learning stuff. And
Yep.
it's like, look, I thought I probably knew most of it. Didn't know half of it. Really.
Yeah, and we're just at the tip of the iceberg, really.
Isn't it
So,
crazy?
if you ever want to know more, come in and talk to me. I am there a lot, generally in a basement at a desk. So you have to ask for me, but I am happy to be pulled out of that basement.
Sounds like fun.
And come up and talk.
Works for me. All right, so he mentioned an event. Let's make that segue. Always something going on in downtown Kalamazoo. So Jess, what do we got going on?
Oh my gosh, all the things. So we are in November, and November 9th we have Moms in the Zoo. That's going to be a fun day from 10 to 4 on the Kalamazoo Mall for moms or anyone who for moms and grandmas and friends to come on out and just be pampered. We're going to have all kinds of different fun classes going on, chocolate classes and painting and make your own things. And so as these moms and people are coming into the busiest time of the year, we want to make sure that we're uplifting them before it all hits.
Offering a bit of a respite.
Yes,
is all.
if you will.
Yeah.
Yes. Then, oh my gosh, we're so excited. The 23rd, there is the Maple Hill Holiday Parade.
Yep.
A great day, 11 o'clock. Make sure you get down there early so you can get a spot.
Always
And
fun.
it is a great time. But then stick around. Stick around because afterwards there's after parade activities
Fun.
from 12 to 5.
Okay, cool.
On the mall.
All right.
There's going to be music. There's going to be characters out. There's going to be sales and all kinds of fun stuff. We're really, really excited about that day. 29th is tree lighting from 5 to 7 at the park. This is also kicking off the Holly Jolly Trolley,
There you
which
go.
we love.
Couple of traditions again.
Yep.
You talk about downtown Kalamazoo.
Exactly. 30th is Shop Small Saturday. We think you should be shopping small every day.
Yes.
But that's the big day to come out and support. That day also kicks off Santa's workshop, and so we're really excited about that. Heading into December 6th, First Friday Art Hop. That's going to be a huge one.
Yep, always
That is
is.
going to be a
Great
huge
fun.
one. We're excited about that. And then the 13th is Moonlight Madness, one of my favorite days, 6 to 11 p.m. The mall will be closed down. We're going to have a DJ out. There's going to be bike rides with bicycles that are all lit up with
No
holiday
kidding.
lights.
Fun.
And they do a whole ride around. We're excited that Gazelle is doing their run and walk, move through the lights that same night. And we're just excited that everyone's going to be out, moving around, biking, walking, dancing, and grab a drink after you're done,
Sure.
walk around in the Central Commons area, and then do some shopping. There's going to be all kinds of fun stuff, carolers and all kinds of holiday type things.
So if people want to know what's going on in downtown Kalamazoo, where do they have to go?
Downtown Kalamazoo Shops on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can also go to our website, downtownkalamozooshops.com.
Jess, thanks.
Thank
Joe,
you.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
This is Shop Talk.